So I've decided to make a part 2 to the video what blew up my channel a couple of months ago, seeing that a few people wanted a part 2 and the game has somewhat been updated with a new team performance to a more realistic level. Plus I won't lie, my channel has been a bit dead the past couple of months as well, mostly down to me not uploading too much, but I'm starting to get back into the swing of things more often. Plus I've completed a few assignments at uni, so it's allowed me to focus more on YouTube a bit more now. And with that out of the way, let's see what happens in over 10 seasons of MyTeam. So like I said, the main reason for doing this again is because there's been a few updates to F1 2021 since the last 10 seasons of MyTeam. The main one being is the AI performance increase. So hopefully we can get to see a bit more realistic AI in terms of certain drivers being better or worse compared to last time. And for season 1, I guess I'll go straight into who the champion was for this season, and it's a different one compared to usual, and it's Max Verstappen getting his first championship. He managed to beat Hamilton in second place by just under 50 points, so a bit of a triumph over him, and dominated the championship throughout. In terms of constructors, it was also Red Bull who managed to pick Mercedes for that #1 spot, leaving Red Bull double champions for season 1 and giving Max his first world championship. For the start of season 2, we had a regulation change in the aerodynamics department and the durability department, so hopefully this might spice up a few things for season 2. And starting off with the driver transfers, we had 2 retirements from the sport, the first one being Kimi Raikkonen and the second one being Fernando Alonso, both handing up their boots, being the oldest drivers on the grid. This caused George Russell to once again move to Alfa Romeo like he did in the old video. However, this is where it changes with Guan Yu Zhou replacing Alonso at Alpine, seeing that he probably would have been still at Alpine young driver at the time. Then replacing Russell at Williams was the Italian driver, which we haven't seen before, of Luca Giotto, making his first F1 appearance. Now for the Drivers' World Champion, and it was no change from last season, with Max Verstappen getting his second world title and dominating it throughout, with him claiming his championship 3 races before the end. This also left no change in the Constructors, with Red Bull getting another title and eking out their edge even more. For season 3, we unfortunately had no change in the driver transfers, with everyone staying at their current teams. Now to move on just to the World Drivers' Championship for season 3, and it was for the 3rd time in a row Max Verstappen, and this time he won every single race on the calendar, destroying every rival he had this time. And then for constructors, it was once again Red Bull putting a long ring to Mercedes' dominance and starting their own again. For season 4, we had a bit of a shake-up, starting with the driver transfers, and it was Sergio Perez who decided to retire from the sport, in which then a massive transfer occurred, with Charles Leclerc then joining Verstappen in the Red Bull for season 4. I'm guessing he saw the dominance Red Bull are having at the moment and decided to jump on it. This then caused an even crazier transfer, in which Sebastian Vettel then returned to the red outfit in what seemed like a backup plan for Ferrari if this was ever going to happen. Replacing then Seb at Aston Martin was Nicholas Latifi, making it an all-Canadian lineup at Aston Martin, and at Williams it was Christian Lundgaard. Going on to the champion for season 4, and it was once again Max Verstappen claiming his 4th world title in a row, exactly like Sebastian Vettel did in that Red Bull, just a bit ahead of Charles in second, in which made Red Bull also the constructor champions again. Can they make it more than 4 and beat their old record? We'll just have to find out in season 5. And for season 5, we had a bit of a strange start in the transfer market. We had the one and only Lewis Hamilton retire from the sport. This opened the door for a driver which is seen as a great and a legend of Formula 1, and that was none other than Jack Aitken. It's probably one of the weirdest transfers I've ever seen on this game, even compared to the last video. This will be his rookie season competing in Formula 1, and he will be taking over a 7-time world champions car. And to get onto the drivers' world champion, and it was a change from the last 4 of Max, and it was his teammate of Charles Leclerc, who looked to have found his way around the Red Bull in the 2nd season at the team. This also meant Red Bull was once again the constructors for season 5, breaking their previous record of 4. For season 6, we had a big change in the driver transfer market, with a few big names changing teams. I think the main one would be Max Verstappen, the 4-time world champion. He's deciding to leave Red Bull after his loss to Leclerc last season, and decided to do a Daniel Ricciardo and run to Mercedes alongside Bottas for season 6. This meant Jack Aitken, the rookie, who actually outscored Bottas in his first season at Mercedes, was dropped and was forced and moved to AlphaTauri, as Gasly decided to move to McLaren after Ricciardo retired. With the other Red Bull seat open, the young Brit of Lando Norris took that seat alongside Leclerc. Therefore, rookie of Matsushita took over Lando's role at McLaren. And for Season 6, the Drivers' World Champion once again goes to Charles Leclerc, getting his second title in that Red Bull. A very good move by him to leave Ferrari behind and join the Milton Keynes-based team, who are also now 6-time Constructor Champions in a row for Season 6. For Season 7, we'll start off with a weird one, with Carlos Sainz deciding to retire from F1 even before his much older teammate of Sebastian Vettel. This meant young Brit of George Russell got a call up from Alfa Romeo to join the red outfit for Season 7. Another change at the Scuderia is that Sebastian Vettel also got replaced by another young Brit and now F1 rookie of Dan Ticktum, who must have had a stellar season in F2 to move to Ferrari in his rookie season. Vettel then got swooped up by McLaren, replacing Matsushita, who in turn moved to Haas, as Schumacher decided to take up Russell's seat at Alfa Romeo. In terms of team performance, we have Ferrari leading the way going into Season 7, so maybe we can see a different champion other than Red Bull from now on. But going on to the champion of Season 7, and it was a very close battle between 3 drivers. Ultimately, we had one new world champion, and it was the Brit of Lando Norris in the Red Bull. So even though Ferrari had the faster car, Norris still managed to finish 7 points ahead of Russell in second place. This also meant Red Bull once again won the Constructors, so far dominating Formula 1 in this current video. Hopefully in Season 8 we can have a change. Going into Season 8 now, and we had a bit of a sad first transfer for Dan Ticktum, who unfortunately got the boot from Ferrari just after one season, and he hasn't even found a seat for Season 8. Replacing him at Ferrari is the Frenchman of Esteban Ocon. Replacing Ocon at Alpine is the Italian of Luca Giotto from Williams, and filling the last Williams seat is the rookie of Felipe Drugovich. For team performance, we had a bit of a close battle between McLaren, Red Bull, Ferrari and Mercedes. But in terms of who won the Drivers' World title, and it's no change from last year, with Lando Norris getting his second world title and also Red Bull achieving their 8th world title in a row, which I think is a new world record compared to Mercedes, who I think won 7. So let's see in Season 9 if they can extend it even more. For the penultimate season, it was a bit of a boring one, not going to lie. I guess I'll show you the team performance because that's probably the most interesting thing from it. And as you can see, AlphaTauri have managed to become the second best team on the grid, somehow making it all Red Bull dominance of the 10th season experiment so far. And going into the Drivers' World Champion, and it is no change from the last couple of seasons, and it is once again Lando Norris becoming a 3-time world champion. And with this, it was also another Constructors' Championship for Red Bull, now making it 9 in a row, which they have every driver and every constructor so far in this video. Hopefully for the last season, fingers crossed, we can have an interesting one, but I surely doubt it. For Season 10, the final season, we had just 2 driver transfers, the first one being Yuki Tsunoda, who decided to retire from the sport after being with AlphaTauri all his career. Replacing him is the sport's most hated person, and it's Nikita Mazepin moving from Haas, in which Callum Ilott makes his F1 debut for Haas in the final season, replacing Nikita. And for the final Drivers' World Champion, and luckily enough this time it doesn't go to a Red Bull driver, and it's their old driver of Max Verstappen winning it in the Mercedes for his 5th title. However, Red Bull still managed to claim the Constructors once again, as Bottas slacked behind for Mercedes, making it a Red Bull full sweep for the 10th season of MyTeam. Unfortunately, the same glitch happened as last time, where after the final race the save does get corrupted. However, I managed to get most of the footage, but I couldn't show the final results. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed this video and found it fairly interesting despite the Red Bull dominance in this video. A new video will probably be out in the next couple of weeks. I'm going to do the predictions of what I did for the start of the season. I'm going to review them. It'll probably be out in the next 2 weeks, and I'm off over Christmas for uni, so a few more videos will be up over the next couple of months. So I will see you in the next one.